Hey everyone, it's Jessica and I'm back with another layout, and today I'm scraplifting Amy Churchward, and her Instagram handle is there on the screen. It's this Amy, and seriously, if you guys are not following her on Instagram, go have a look at her Insta and follow her because she is just absolutely amazing and her layouts are so awesome. I can't believe she doesn't have more subbies, and let's get that number up for her. So I am scraplifting one of her great layouts. It's a dark background, and I have chosen a dark background as well, and as you can see, I'm using my heat tool on it. I have spritz some of the Distress Oxide sprays and Abandoned Coral and Saltwater Taffy on it, and then I've just used my water and paintbrush to just kind of blend that down to kind of look like a watercolor effect down my page. She looked like she did some stamping and some white on hers, but I decided to go this route with some mixed media instead. So as you can see, I have cleaned my glass mat. It is so super clean and it is spotless. So if you hop onto my last video, you'll see what I mean, that my glass mat gets heavily used. So of course I wipe it down in between and when I use mediums, but all of these splatters and things that I do and all of the texture paste and things really get built up over time, and I use a magic eraser on mine, and it does require a little bit of elbow grease to clean it, but that's what I clean mine with. So I'm actually pairing this up with a challenge over at Paper Issues for my bingo card, which was to use 3 squares on my layout. So I have actually cut my photos into squares, and those are going to be my 3 squares for that bingo square. 3 squares from a bingo square. So I am pulling out my little sticker book and some other little embellishments here from a Slice of Summer collection. And this collection just goes perfect with this layout of my 2 boys eating some watermelon that we grew on our farm, and they were just so enjoying this and loving it. So I don't really use this collection a whole lot. It's a bit bold for me and it has a lot of red, and I don't typically scrapbook in red, so this is pretty bold, but I found this one was absolutely perfect for this layout. I really liked all these bold colors on top of that black background. So I've heavily splattered on top of my black background. I used some splatters in those Distress Oxide sprays, and then I also splattered with some white acrylic paint that I watered down and just flicked on there with my paintbrush. And then I'm just going to pull out some of these stickers from the sticker book, and I'm going to pop my title down towards the bottom, which is going to conveniently be I think it's, A Slice of Summer. I think it's what the title that I use. I can't remember offhand, but I'm pretty sure that's the title that I actually use, is A Slice of Summer as well, because it just seems so perfect for this layout. And that little watermelon is one that has been in my stash for so long, and I have a little embellishment rack here hanging beside my desk that I pull things off of, and I've been using quite often lately, so that was actually on my rack, so I was so super excited to use that little guy up today. Here is just an Elle Studio label that I've pulled out, and I've just stamped my date on. I'm going to pop that there, and I'm going to pop a couple other little Elle's embellishments here beside my photos. So I'm just going to adhere that down so it doesn't go anywhere and it stays exactly where I want it to. So I'm just going to kind of sort through this little embellishment pack. There's a lot of good die cuts in here. I think this particular one was from February maybe of last year. So it has a lot of kind of lovey-dovey little die cuts in it and embellishments. So that's kind of what I'm pulling from here. So I'm doing some collection mixing again, which is not something that I typically do, but lately I've been really into mixing up my collections and kind of using up some of these embellishments on my rack. So that just makes me super excited, and it feels really good to just kind of use some things up. So I'm just going to tuck some thread in behind here, but before I do that, I'm going to adhere this frame down in behind my photo. I'm going to make sure that's exactly where I want it to be, and then I'm going to pick up that thread that I just kind of twiddled around there and kind of made some loopy designs with it, and just make sure that it's showing off the side of my photo, like in Amy's layout. She kind of had her thread kind of looped in behind her whole entire layout, but I'm just going to do mine on the left and right side of my photos. So I'm going to work on my title. So I'm going to use this little summer piece that I've cut off. It actually said summer days, but I've cut the summer off of it, and I'll use the days for something else, I'm sure. But I am pulling out some Hip Kit Club letters that are kind of like an ombre effect, which I absolutely love, and they're just so pretty. They're pink and red, and they're just, oh, they're so pretty. So I'm really excited that I'm using that, and I hope that makes sense that it says a slice of summer, because I've used the watermelon for the word slice. And then I'm just going to use some glue on this just to adhere that down, because I apparently was going to use it on another layout before, so I must have pulled it off the sticker sheet, used it, and then peeled it back off and put it back on my sticker sheet, so it's not real super sticky. So I'm just going to reinforce that with some of my red line glue. And here, as you can see, I've put my bowl down on that A because it wasn't really wanting to stick down to my layout either, so I glued it, and then I just used that to apply some pressure for a couple minutes. Then here I'm going to put down my other little thread on this side. I put some adhesive on the back of my photo and then just place it down on my layout. So I'm just going to pop my photos down on here, and then I can continue to kind of glue everything else down. And I'm just going to pull out just a lot of random bits for this one. I just love how that dark background makes everything pop on here. I'm using up some of these little Ellie's embellishments. Some of those little hearts were in that collection that I'm using, and I pulled out. I'm going to tuck a little label in here, and then I'm going to use the other side on the other side of my photos on the right. I'm using up some of these little watermelons that are kind of like brads, or kind of like adhesive brads, I guess, but they're big, or like flair. But those little watermelons are from Cocoa Vanilla collection called Sunkissed, so I'm excited to use those up as well because they were left over from that kit, and I still have quite a bit left, but I mean, it's dwindling. I've been using that kit ever since it came out on quite a bit of summer layouts, so it's definitely getting down to the nitty-gritty with that one, so I might have to do like a kill a kit on that one. And then basically I'm just kind of embellishing here and there with these little stickers, just little bits that I find. I'm gonna put this little wordy bit there, and I'm just kind of looking for anything else to go with this layout right now. And then I found these perfect little sequins that are this little mix that has watermelons in it. So I'm just going to use my Nuvo glue and my sequin tool to place down a lot of sequins all around this layout. So that's pretty much going to finish this one up. It's super easy today as far as mixed media goes. You can do that yourself, I'm sure. It's nothing too extravagant. It's pretty easy to follow. If you have any questions about anything that I've done today, please let me know. Here is the finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will link Amy's Instagram down below for you. Please give her a follow because she is just absolutely amazing. So yeah, head on over there, and thank you guys so much for watching today, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.